Click the links to join the channel here over at Subscribestar. So at some point, people are going to have to pull their heads out of the sand and look at everything from H&K, who recently apologized for the social media posts about something to do with feminism or something. Molson Coors, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, or even Lexus or Ford, like they're all doing this Pride Month type of stuff. You got to lower Disney, especially Disney. You got to look at all these companies, and eventually, it's got to click for a lot of people. I know I use the word normie. People said I use it too much, but it's just somebody who doesn't want to see. It's the they live fight scene. The guy goes, Carpenter goes. That fight scene was so long. I think it was because it's so hard to make people put on the sunglasses, and it is like a really overdrawn fight scene. And he finally gets the glasses on and he sees. And that's like, you have to look at Disney. Disney's a great example, or Amazon or Netflix or all these other companies. You look at them, they're like, eventually people on social media are asking these questions like, wait, who are you marketing to? None of this makes sense. The audience, the Venn diagram of they're selling a Ford Raptor, which is I don't know, like probably $100,000 truck with a 7.2 liter 427 or some crazy in it. And it's like, it's just a fun sports truck with a ton of torque. It's just a 4x4. It's just a really high dollar truck. And so you go, okay, so the Venn diagram of people who can afford a $100,000 Ford Raptor, and who want a sports truck, which is like, it's a weird vehicle because it's not a sports car. It's not a utilitarian truck. It's just like a sports truck. So where's the Venn diagram overlap with the BLT community? Like not Haight-Ashbury, what's the San Francisco town? That town in San Francisco, that part of the town. It's like you don't see a whole lot of 427 cubic inch Fords driving around those trucks. Those because it's all like Teslas and Priuses and Honda Insights and Leafs and Nissan Leafs and like all these electric cars and hybrid cars and all this kind of stuff. Like, you're saying you got like a 500 horsepower truck that gets 15 miles to the gallon. Are there a lot of BLT dudes with rainbow flags who are going to drive a 7.5 liter truck? Oh yeah, no. So why are you doing it this rainbow marketing thing? You got to start asking these questions. Or Anheuser-Busch now has a can in a camouflage bottle or something. It's like, or they have a rebate where you buy like an 18 pack of beer for $20 and it's a $20 rebate. You're saying, wait, if I mail this in, it's like you're paying for the beer? What's going on? It's like, well, apparently the beer will turn you gay. That's what they're not telling you. So new Miller ad by Molson Coors Miller. It's like, it turns out there's just a few companies that make all this kind of stuff, and I don't think any of them are American companies anymore. And it's like, really, how do you say a company is American when it's like, well, 30% of the people. It's like companies are not what they used to be, and it's like sports teams, and you tell that to people over in England, like, yeah, sports teams pick up and move all over the place. People look at it like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how does a team? I try to explain, America's not a country anymore. It's just a commercial zone. It's like it's really just a commercial zone, and the sooner people get that, the better. This lady's really not easy on the eyes, though. I will give her credit for at her age. She's in her 40s. She's got a great body for her age, and she's got, obviously amazing milkers. So credit where credit is due. I always give credit to milkers, though they try to cover up those purse puppies for the ad, but every once in a while she turns sideways. So they came out with this. H&K came out. It's like, it's not about selling beer. It's not about selling trucks. I mean, it's just like a Ford Raptor. That is just effing bizarre. Or H&K is like, so, well, here's the thing with high-end Liberty devices. Actually, there's probably some overlap with the BLT crowd because, yeah, for sure. But again, it's still, you're looking at like, so your market, what percentage of your market is going to be BLT people? 3%. Okay, well then they're not worth marketing to. If that doesn't, none of this makes sense. I don't know the H&K market. So let's just this advertisement. I don't know how much of this advertisement I can show without getting a copyright. So this advertisement kind of figurative. Oh, let me turn this pause this thing. So in this advertisement, she figuratively murders some beautiful. There's a lot going on in this advertisement, and I mean, not all of it I can talk about on Google Tube, and you can't talk about it in the comment section either. Not even the dog whistles, because Google knows all. It's like, gee, a computer company with the best. Look at those milkers with the best algorithms on earth is able to determine my determine my dog whistles? Yeah, because they've seen it a million times before. So the thing is, it's not just about turning blondes into worm food, as she does with these posters. It's also the destruction of beauty. It's a related but a slightly different thing. She's got this, you know, not attractive woman who really seems to have a hatred for blonde Nordic types. And if you look around Hollywood and pop culture, you're going to see a lot of that hatred of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed types for some. Oh, what a great juxtaposition that is. Thin, graceful, beautiful, and elegant. Even though with the cheesed up hair and the stuff, it's like you still have the core structure of something graceful and beautiful there, and then you have this much more crude rendition, earthy, but not graceful, not beautiful. And so she destroys all these renditions of European beauty, and she turns them into, I think, worm food. I mean, eventually the symbolism has got to start hitting people. But I mean, a lot of stuff, you just got to point stuff out, and eventually they look at it and they go, oh, that's really dark. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of this stuff is really, really dark. So you're selling beers to guys. So you use an ugly woman to tell people how much she hates beautiful blonde women that help sell beer back in the. Ooh, that is just that. What a great symbol that is. Sell beer back in the 80s and 90s. That hold my beer is a meme that doesn't get overused because there's always going to be a fresh hold my beer moment, especially with the advent of digital cameras and stuff. The thing is, you don't get many customers when you do ads like this. You don't lose many, to be fair. People always talk about boycotts. People almost never follow through with boycotts. The cattle have very short memories. So it's not like as big a deal. People talk about like H&K or Ford or all the other companies are going to lose business. Like yes, for a few days, maybe a few weeks. It's a blip on the radar, and then it's right back to like Bud and the Bud division, sure, that had a dip. But did Anheuser-Busch? I don't think it did. So that means like people were switching from Bud to, oh yeah, we also own some other brand beer. It's like, yeah, so you're buying from the same umbrella company. It makes no difference to the bottom line. People just aren't thinking about a lot of this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, which is a shame because I mean a lot of it deals with like people don't act tribally, they want you cut off and rootless and not part of a tribe where you can't organize as part of a tribe, which is a problem. But it's a slight risk that people would awaken to all this stuff and piss people off. So you look at it and you're like, well, then why would companies take even a slight risk? Like, who are you reaching out to? I guess it's some kind of feminism. I don't know if it's a feminism day or month or something like that. Something to do with women and feminism. But like, are you trying to get a lot of female Miller beer buyers? Women, I know everyone says like, I know plenty of women who drink beer. Yeah, but you would look at you look at the percentage of people who are the numbers just don't add up, and everyone knows this. And so people go like, well, aren't companies just chasing a dollar? No, absolutely not. These are globalists. Globalism is a religion to them because it's part of the those are sweet milkers. Because it's part of the humiliation ritual of a conquered people. It's like the drag story hour and a bunch of other stuff that you know what's going on. If you've been paying attention, like this is not the time to have the head in the sand. They keep pushing all this stuff, and they know probably that the right-wing crabs in a bucket won't ever get off the couch. And anytime anyone tries to get together and have any kind of protest, what's the first thing the other right-wing people say when anyone tries to do anything, from flying a banner to waving a sign to peaceful legal assembly? What's the first thing the right-wing does? The MAGACon right-wing. What's the first thing they call anyone who does anything on the right other than sit on the couch? Glowing federal agents. I look at them like, so if they're peacefully assembled, because usually, I forget, Davis came up with that concept of CIA glow ninjas in the trees. Means they're trying to advocate illegal activities or entice you to commit illegal activities. But you got groups that for years just peacefully protest and don't advocate unconstitutional activities. Guys, this is one of those fake Telegram things. I guess I could have put it in whatever. It's like that's not what a glow is. Glow means to entice you to. It's like the Governor Whitmore kidnapping case from Radix for Varun has got a channel that covers all this kind of stuff. That's what glow means, like peaceful, legal, constitutional activity. I mean, it's more complicated than that, and I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. But so anyway, the weird thing is Anheuser-Busch and Coors teamed up to outgay each other here. They can compete with Sports Illustrated, who has a some kind of pop singer on the cover of the Sports Illustrated magazine, which as far as I know, Sports Illustrated had women in bikinis, but they have someone in a bikini who's not a woman. Very much not a woman. So that's kind of weird. Things are getting weird all over, and it's form hiking clubs. Anyway, doesn't anyone ever scratch their head? And I'm not speaking hyperbolically. I mean, if you can tell me a path, oh, we're just gonna vote harder this time. Oh yeah, how? Okay, I have full faith and credit in that system. Sure, I'm sure that'll work. Doesn't anyone scratch their head and start to wonder why this agenda is being pushed? At this point, do you think it's organic? Is it all this stuff grassroots? Because doesn't it feel like it's coming from a central source, one central point of authority? Doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like somebody's directing a lot of this kind of stuff? Doesn't that? Oh, here she's shredding the images so she can turn them into worm food. I mean, let's figuratively murder the blonde European girl. Anyway, people have very short memories. Anheuser, Coors, all these other companies are going to be fine. People really love their sports ball, their soy slop. They switched to another equally woke brand instead of considering that, oh, maybe it's time to stop drinking beer entirely. Or, here's the thing with beer. It's like a beer at a store is what, like 75 cents to $1 for a can of this kind of rice lager beer, which is not very good. It's not horrible. It's just nothing really. But for $1.25 or $1.50, you could switch to a microbrew. It's like, well, just drink less beer. It's just empty calories anyway. Or heaven forbid, switch to drinking some local wine. That's quite a savings in calorie or something. Or it's like you don't need to. Maybe this is not the time to drink at all. I don't know. Anyway, so the symbolism of this. Not conventionally attractive woman. Ignore the milkers, our only weakness, and focus on the humiliation ritual. But those are fantastic, fantastic milkers. Thing is, you can't let them tempt you. The symbolism is just impossible to ignore. But people see these kind of commercials. And they just don't start breaking it down and break it down. But the thing is, once you see it, once you put on the glasses, you have somebody point out. That's the white pill. Is all social media. You can start pointing out all the symbolism, and then once you see it, you go, oh, isn't that just confirmation bias? No, because you can back it all this stuff up by objective facts. It's like it's all actually happening. Anyway, the figurative murder of the West. It's the decline of Western civilization in one 30-second clip. Yeah, that's pretty much pretty. This actually is a great. I should edit out this little clip, this one little 30-second clip, because the other half of the clip is how the women are brewing beer and something about the worm farms and worm casings are great for growing. It's like these are big industrial farms that are making whatever, the hops and the rice and the barley for all this kind of beer. And it's like it's a not even an American company. This is all bullshit. Like everything they're selling to you is all like the Budweiser and the red, white, and blue and Ford. It's like, yeah, how much of Ford is made in America? It's an international company that would ship things. Hires that has their factories in Mexico, and it's like as soon as something else becomes cheaper, it's that there's no American company. There's no vote harder. There's no political solution to any of this kind of stuff. Form malicious. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Subscribe Star, and I'll see you guys all next episode.